Hi, my name is Laura Clark, and I am a Gold Wellness Advocate for doTERRA Essential Oils. And I'm going to teach you the basics about essential oils. Pretty much going to be about the 10 basic oils that most everybody uses in their home. And they have the most common uses, and you can do the most things with these basic 10 oils. We might touch on a couple other ones as well. So let me share my screen real quick. I'm going to move through this PowerPoint, kind of keep me on track. So this is actually going to be a two-part class. The first part of it is going to be essential oils made easy, all right? And then you can stop watching after that. I'm going to go right into the joys of sharing essential oils, and that's what I do. I do this as a business, so I like to teach other people, empower. I love to empower people to use oils for their health and wellness, but I also love to empower people on making a residual income. And that's what I've done for myself. And it just keeps on going up from there. And it's an amazing company to work for. So let's start with essential oils made easy. So this class is going to cover three cool things about essential oils, 3 ways to use essential oils, and how to get oils in your home. I really want to put this disclaimer out here first. I am specifically talking about doTERRA brand oils. You can't just go and use our information and apply it to other essential oil brands. They just don't compare. And it's a safety issue if you're going to use the instructions that I'm going to give you about our essential oils with another brand. Other brands are synthetic, they're highly diluted, they're not as strong and as potent as ours. So you can't, for instance, take another brand's, a lot of people, like for instance, will use a brand of oregano oil that they've gotten out there in the world somewhere, and if they're using that oil underneath their tongue every day, that is a diluted oil, guaranteed. You cannot put oregano oil, drip it underneath your tongue, not doTERRA's, because it's pure. It's very pure and it's very potent. So the other companies are diluted, guaranteed. And they're also probably synthetic, all right? Or a mixture of synthetic and true pure essential oils. All I really want to get across is that you can't use our rules for other essential oils, and you can't use other essential oil rules for our oils. You can't cross that. So if you're using another brand, please do not use what I'm telling you to apply it towards another brand. You really need to step up your game and get doTERRA essential oils for real health and wellness, all right? Also, you can't buy oils off of Amazon. There's no authorized Amazon doTERRA dealers. It's quite common for those oils to be resealed and adulterated, and you can easily get another lid and put it on, and it feels like you're cracking the seal when you open it. Don't buy essential oils off of Amazon. You're not getting a good deal. You just don't know it. You think that you're saving something, but I can tell you you're not. And the likelihood of that oil being tampered with is extremely high. Like doTERRA has pulled oils from Amazon, trust me, in the past, and they come back. Frankincense, it's been found there's been turpentine found in frankincense before. So just don't trust. Buy from somebody you know, like, and trust, okay? It might not be me, but buy from somebody you know, like, and trust that sells essential oils and that teaches essential oils. So that is what is empowering. When you buy an essential oil from somebody that you know, like, and trust, and they're teaching you and educating you about it, then that is very empowering. You can use those oils for all kinds of health and wellness issues for yourself and for your family, right? So let's start with 3 cool things about essential oils. They are safe. You follow doTERRA's safety instructions, which really pretty much includes things like dilution with carrier oil and skin sensitivities to watch out for that, and how to watch out for that and how to avoid that. That's with carrier oils. Otherwise, they are extremely safe. They are 100% natural and safe. There's no side effects and no addictions. So one reason why you can't get addicted to an essential oil is because there's a very complex plant chemistry going on. So for instance, let's say a scientist somewhere found out that they could take a particular chemical out of a plant chemistry and isolate that one chemical, and they can synthesize it and mass produce it and patent it. And let's say that's aspirin, all right? Aspirin has a singular isolate active ingredient. But what they did was they left all of those other active ingredients behind in the natural plant chemistry. So let's say there's 40 or 100 other plant chemistries there. They balance each other. So it's, now you're probably not going to get addicted to aspirin, but there's a lot of medications that you are, and it's because they are plant-based, but they were synthesized, mass-produced, and patented, and it left all of the balancing chemistry. Let me give you an example. So do you know anybody who's on like 32 medicines? I do. And most of those medications are medications that are treating side effects of the original medications. Maybe they need to be on one of those or two of those medications. So many of the others are really, they're taking them to balance the constipation, the dizziness, the blood pressure. There's so many side effects from medications. You see it in those commercials. So again, it's an isolate that could have been taken from a plant chemistry, but it's synthesized. That means it's fake. And it also means that the other balancing chemistry is left behind in the plant. So when you use plant chemistry, you're getting not just a singular isolate chemical, you're getting a whole very well-rounded plant chemistry profile that helps with no side effects because it's balancing itself, right? So plants, essential oils are 50 to 70 times stronger than the herb. So let's say you have an upset tummy. Have you ever heard anybody tell you to drink a cup of peppermint or ginger tea to help calm down your tummy? You would have to have 24 cups of peppermint tea to equal 1 drop of peppermint essential oil. So what you do instead, if you have an upset stomach, you put a drop of peppermint in like a shot glass and drink down that water, or you make 1 little cup of tea, and once it's not boiling or hot, you put 1 drop of peppermint essential oil in that and drink that in. There's so many different ways that you can take it, but instead of the potency would be 24 cups of peppermint tea because it's an herb compared to 1 drop of peppermint essential oil. Peppermint is one of the 10 basic oils. You guys, it is powerful. It is our fumiest oil. So a lot of times when I am in a live class with people in living rooms, and that's how I usually teach, I'll put a drop in their palm, like barely even 1 drop. And I have them just kind of put it in their hands, avoid their fingertips because you don't want to touch your eyes later. And you just kind of slowly bring that up to your face and breathe that in through your mouth, and it opens up your airways. And then I have them breathe it in through their nose, and it opens up their sinuses. It doesn't just open up your airways, and it does, but it awakens you. It opens up your mind. It opens up, it wakes up your brain. It's very invigorating and energizing. It promotes clear breathing. It's also a really great oil, and I mix it with lavender actually. So lavender is very calming. So what I will do is I'll take, I don't have a spray bottle handy to show you, but I'll take just like in about a 6-ounce little spray bottle, glass spray bottle. I will put about 5 drops of peppermint essential oil in there and 5 drops of lavender. And that is just shake that up. And when somebody has a fever, I just will kind of spray that down their spine. My grandson, when he was 3 and 4, he would have febrile seizures. That means seizures from a high fever, except the fever wasn't high. We would not allow him to get over 100. Now, fevers are good for you. Fevers are burning off whatever it is that's ailing you, right? It's good to have a fever as long as it's a manageable degree. So usually 103. If somebody was over 103, I would probably use my fever oil concoction on them. But with Brennan, we had to do that. We couldn't let him get up to 100. He would seize at a really a low fever threshold. So if he would be sick, we would just really monitor his temperature. And if he got up to a certain temperature, then we would just kind of spray him with a little bit. It wasn't a lot, like you just barely spray it. It would feel so good and calming to him, very cooling. And we just kind of massage that on his spine, and it would help to manage his body temperature. So it also relieves head tension. I tell people, a lot of people love peppermint for occasional headaches. So a lot of tension headaches are coming up the back of your neck. It's really good just to, you don't even need a whole drop, but you get a little bit of coconut oil in your hand, just a touch of peppermint off the lid of that, and mix it in with the coconut oil and just kind of massage it up and down around the base of your skull here. Around, these are your mastoids and muscles kind of attached there that kind of get tense. That gets tense and it goes on up into the occiput, the back of your head. It's good just to kind of gently massage that area. A lot of people also like to put the peppermint on their temples, and that's good too. There's a lot of good, really good blood supply there, venous blood supply there. But if you do that, make sure you do it behind your hairline. So peppermint is one of our fumiest oils. So even putting it here and you turn your head back and forth, like you'll feel that. You'll feel those fumes. So just keep it behind your hairline so that you're not causing any kind of, your eyes won't water too much. So this A, T, and I, that means that you can use peppermint essential oil aromatically. We'll talk about the ways to use it in a minute. You can use it topically. That's what I was telling you about, using it here topically. And this, when you are breathing it in to open up your airways, that's aromatically. You can also ingest peppermint essential oil. My granddaughter has pretty bad seasonal problems with the pollen that comes out. So she'll use 1 or 2 drops of peppermint, 1 or 2 drops of lavender, 1 or 2 drops of lemon, and those 3 oils together work together and really help for her to manage those symptoms of pollen and those kinds of environmental threats that are happening in the springtime for her. So it works really good. So she'll put that in a shot, those 3 to 6 drops in a shot glass, total of the 3 oils, 1 or 2 drops of each, and a shot glass of water, and she'll throw it in her mouth and swish it and gargle and swallow it. Now, why do you think that is? That's because those symptoms that she's having is all right here. It's all affecting her right here. Runny nose, scratchy throat, watery eyes. So she's swishing and gargling those oils right here in this tissue, and then she can swallow it and it gets in her entire system. But it immediately helps to give her some really great benefits right here where it's all happening. All of that distress is happening for her. It helps to calm it down really quickly. So you'll learn more about that. You can write that down if you want to. Lemon, lavender, and peppermint is for the pollen-causing seasonal threats. But once you become a member, you're going to have access to all of this information. So one of the cool things about essential oils is they are safe, right? There's nothing added and there's nothing taken away. They are essential oils from the plants, from the stems, the roots, the leaves, all right? Very, very cool thing about essential oils is their safety. Now, something else that's cool about essential oils is how they're effective. So sometimes they are more effective than modern approaches to health problems. So what I try to teach people is, as you're learning about what oils to use for your body, for your family's bodies, you're not using oils to reverse a symptom anymore. What you're using oils to balance a particular body system or more than one body systems at a time. So let me give you an example. Let's say you're having, let's say my husband is having diarrhea. Let's say I'm having constipation. Do you know, we can use the same essential oil. We can use Digest Zen, or we can use wild orange. We can put it on our tummy, or we can put it in a shot glass of water and drink it down, or in a capsule. We can diffuse wild orange, and it's going to help. The same oils are going to help both of us. So again, we're not trying to reverse a symptom. We're using the same oils to balance a body system, and it works for both of it. The same oils work for both. Now, if we weren't using essential oils, we would have to be treating a symptom. We would run down to the drugstore and pick up something for his diarrhea and pick up something separate for my constipation, all right? Weird and embarrassing example, but it's a really great example. So, so the reason for that is synthetics force a change, all right? Synthetics are going to force a change in you. and they're going to reverse a symptom that you're trying to work on. But essential oils don't force a change in you. They work on what's going to help to balance your body. It's going to help to bring you back in homeostasis. So your gut doesn't want to run too fast. Your gut doesn't want to run too slow. It wants to run at a regular rate. We want to be regular. So we're going to use that essential oil to help regulate and calm down or speed up. It's going to do whatever the body needs it to do. Now, let's say I didn't have either. Let's say I didn't have constipation, or I didn't have diarrhea. And let's say I put digestin on my belly. If my body doesn't need it, I can tell you that my body will always need digestin. I'm always either gassy or burpy or something. So if I'm not on my keto diet, I need digestin every day. But let's say I didn't need it and I put that on me. Now, let's say I didn't need something from the drugstore and I took it. That could cause a side effect. Now, let's say I didn't need digestin and I put it on me. Essential oils don't force a change. So if I have cells and receptor sites that don't need that essential oil, they don't receive it. Synthetics, it would force a reception on the receptor site. Do you see the difference? So synthetics can have toxicity aspects to it, especially if you're taking something that maybe you don't need or you take something in error. If I take the wrong oil or put the wrong oil on me and my receptor sites don't need it, no big deal. Essential oils are carbon-based. I am carbon-based. My body will take in the essential oil, it will use what it needs, and it will simply metabolize the rest of it in 3 to 4 hours. That's average metabolism rate for an essential oil. Synthetics get stuck in us. So whether we need it or not, we do not metabolize drugs very well. We do not metabolize synthetic options very well. They get stuck in our liver, which is why we need to cleanse once in a while. They get stuck in our adipose tissue, our fat. They can cause more body fat. They can cause hormonal issues. So when you start to have a mindset to get rid of synthetics, as many synthetics as you can, and replace it with something natural and safe and effective, that's a huge win. You're getting results from something that won't have a harmful effect on you now or later, right? Let me tell you another way that they are more effective. So what happens if you have a bacterial infection? What happens if you have a cough and it's bacterial? So do you see this picture of this cell wall here? I always do this in live classes. This is a cell, all right? This cell is surrounded by a fatty membrane. Essential oils love fat. Now, if you had that peppermint in your hand and you breathed it in or rubbed it on you or whatever, when you were done, you had no fatty residue in your hands. Essential oils aren't a heavy fat molecule. They're a volatile, tiny, tiny, tiny molecule, so tiny that it's always unlikely for anybody to have an allergic reaction to it because there's no peptides, there's no proteins attached, or it can't attach to this tiny molecule. Histamines can't attach. Excuse me. So you have that in your hand, there's no fatty residue. Now, a carrier oil, let me get to that in a second. I'm so sorry. Let me get distracted. So these volatile, tiny molecules, they love fat. They sunk right down into your skin. And within moments, it's in your bloodstream, and your bloodstream is fatty. And it's hitting all these cell walls and going through them and being used by cells. It just sinks right into all the cells because it goes right through that fatty cell membrane. And again, if my cell doesn't need it, it just metabolizes it out. No big deal. Now, back to the cell. So this is your cell surrounded by a fatty membrane. And if you have a bacterial infection, it lives on the outside of that cell wall. And that's where antibiotics, as long as you're not resistant, I'm personally very resistant to antibiotics, but if you're not resistant and you take a antibiotic, it kills that bacteria, no problem. Now, what if you have a viral infection? You go to your doctor, snotty nose, you're coughing your full head off, and you have a viral infection. Your doctor says, there's nothing I can do for you. It's a virus. Go home and sleep and drink lots of fluids and let your immune system kick in and to help to kill that, right? Well, there's nothing they can give you because there's very few medicines in Western medicine that can penetrate a fatty wall. Western medicines, synthetics, are usually water soluble and they can't get through that cell wall. So there's nothing they can really give you. Now, essential oils love fat. They sink right through that cell wall. So they are able to attack or attenuate threats that are inside your cell and kind of handle that and help to boost your immune system to handle that quicker and faster. I can tell you a ton of stories. Like for me personally, long story short, since high school, I'm in my late 50s, since high school, I would get chronic bronchitis 3 times a year at least. I knew, because it's happened all my life, that once I start to feel this way, I've got about 3 days before it hits my chest. Then I need to go to the doctor, interrupt my work, interrupt my life, go to the doctor. I'm super sick, and I go on 4 meds. Okay. That has happened 3 times a year at a minimum since high school, my whole life. Once I discovered essential oils and kind of was taught different things about them and experimented myself, I learned the first time I got sick, once I had all these tools in my house, it was the first time my whole life since high school that I didn't have to go to the doctor when I was sick. I was able to boost my immune system and get oils through those cell walls, and I got well faster. It didn't last as long as it used to. It used to last like up to 3 weeks, maybe longer. Maybe they would try one antibiotic and maybe that didn't work and I'd go through 3 rounds of different antibiotics. So now I don't do that anymore. I'm still sick. I can tell you, I'm still sick those first 3 or 4 days, but I keep on plugging away. I keep on taking my essential oils very consistently, and I am well so much quicker than I would have been otherwise, right? My immune system is like boosted like crazy. On Guard, the protective blend, is one of those that I use for that. So you can use it aromatically, see the little A, T, and I. You can use it topically and you can use it internally. When I'm not feeling well like that, I use it internally. When I'm well and I'm exposed out there in the world to whatever, then I will use this. I will diffuse it in the air every day, and I will probably just wipe a little drop on the bottoms of my feet every day, every morning when I get up. Another thing that On Guard is amazing for is if that first you wake up in the morning and you just start to feel coming on a little bit of a sore throat. So just like how I told you, my granddaughter uses the other 3 oils for seasonal threats, you use On Guard as soon as you have a first symptom, sign of first symptom, you hit it. You just take my little shot glass here. Let me just show you. You just put a little bit of water in your shot glass. Look, it says doTERRA on it. But I can tell you where to get this, but I bought this not from doTERRA, but from somebody else. But you just put a little bit of water in it and 1 or 2 drops of On Guard, and it's spicy. It has wild orange in it and clove essential oil, which is, if you look at the ORAC scale, ORAC, clove essential oil is the 2nd highest food antioxidant in the world. So it will help so much. Anyways, 1 or 2 drops, and it's spicy. Swish, gargle, because it's all right here, right? And swallow it. It's a safe oil to ingest, and it's a safe oil to use internally in your mouth, and swishing and gargling, and it just helps. It will help to numb your throat. So it's already kind of hurting, right? So it's going to help to numb that symptom, but it's going to help to engage your immune system in battle. So you're working on a body system, and that's the immune system. Right? You're not trying to reverse a symptom. You're working on immune system. Now, the ingredients in On Guard, the clove especially, that's highly used in dental offices, you guys. Like, it's already clove numbs. It will help to numb that pain. Another thing that we use On Guard for is all kinds of cleansing. We have it, excuse me, and I don't have my spray bottle handy. It's out in the kitchen. I just taught another class and I was out in the kitchen. But we use On Guard in our homemade hand sprays. So did you know that my homemade hand spray, I can, if I'm at Panera and their table is gross, I spray down with my hand spray and it cleans off the surfaces. All right. And then I can also use it on my hands in case I've touched anything. That same counter spray, I can spray down my throat when I have a sore throat. Or if I've been out in the public and I'm afraid that I was exposed to something, I just spray it down my throat and kind of swish it around maybe with a little bit of water. And I've just boosted my immune system and helped to take care of any kind of environmental threats coming in. So the second cool thing about essential oils is their effectiveness, and they are effective. I've been doing essential oils for almost 7 years. They are effective against everything. There's virtually an oil for anything. So let's talk about the third cool thing about essential oils is they are affordable. So there is an initial investment. I will give you that, an initial investment, but that initial investment will serve you very well for a long time. Now, a bottle, a 15 ml bottle, got one here. This happens to be my holiday piece. This is limited edition. You can't get it now, but this is the size bottle. Let me show you the difference between these two sizes. So this is a 15 milliliter bottle, and this is a 5 milliliter bottle, all right? This has about 250 drops in it. This has about 80. 250 drops. So one serving of On Guard essential oil when I'm swishing and gargling, if I wake up with a sore throat, is 1 to 2 drops. So that's approximately 250. If I use 2 drops, that's approximately 120 servings. I could say doses, I'm probably not supposed to, but we'll say servings of an essential oil. So it's literally pennies per serving. They are affordable. Let me give you another example. So my grandson, Brennan, who can't get that high fever, he woke up, he was probably about 4, and he and his mother were staying with me. And he woke up in the middle of the night, probably like 3 in the morning, I don't remember for sure, screaming in ear pain, right? He went to bed just fine. He woke up screaming in ear pain. So his daughter, I'm an oiler, his mother actually is too, she was then, but he's in pain. So she's scrambling around, getting her coat, gonna get the purse, looking for his healthcare card. She's gonna take him 15 miles away, 18 miles away to the nearest hospital. By the time she gets it all done, what do I have to lose? The child is in pain. So I grabbed my frankincense and I grabbed my basil or melaleuca. I don't remember which one, they both work. And I got some carrier oil, which is a fatty vegetable oil like coconut oil. I got a little bit of carrier oil. I put 1 drop of basil or melaleuca and 1 drop of frankincense, and I just rubbed it all around his ear bone here. And then I took the rest, I got a cotton ball and wiped the rest of it and rolled up the cotton ball and just kind of put it inside his ear. You cannot drip essential oils down your ear canal. You cannot do that. But you can put it on a cotton ball and put it in the ear. And I put a little piece of medical tape. I work in the medical field. So I put a little piece of medical tape on it to hold it down. Within minutes, while his mama was still running around getting ready to go, he felt better. He stopped screaming in pain. Within about 10 minutes, once she said, oh my gosh, we're looking at him, wondering, should we still take him in, monitoring him, and he just fell asleep in our arms. So we put him back to bed. We thought we'll make an appointment for him at the doctor's office. We saved an ER trip, right? In the middle of the night. And here's the other thing that's so empowering about that is that little boy felt better and the pain subsided. We got that pain to calm down within about 15 minutes total, maximum. In 15 minutes, they still would have been driving, right? And even once you get to a hospital, you have to be triaged. You get looked at. He would have been in pain for another hour, maybe 2 hours before he got any relief. So that's why we are so blessed. We feel super blessed to have essential oils on hand at home. We're ready for anything. That's one of our mottos, right? Be ready for anything. You have these oils in your home. Now, why is that more affordable? That drop of frankincense and basil probably cost me maybe 30, 60 cents, depending on how much I use with the carrier oil. Even if they didn't have a copay, which a lot of people have copays, 20 bucks for another copay for the prescription. Even if there's no copay, there's free medical care in our country, right? So even if you did not have a copay, that's cheaper than the gas it would have taken her to run to the hospital. All right. She didn't have to take him to the doctor the next day. By the way, we very well monitored him. We would have taken him if he needed it, but he didn't need it. That melaleuca helped to attack whatever the bug was that was hurting him. The frankincense helped to decrease inflammation. And that little boy never had an earache again. We just put the oils on a couple of times the next day. He felt better. So she saved a lot of money in co-pays and in gas and in the frustration of seeing him in pain for hours before they could do anything. and just the drive to hospital where you could get exposed to more things. So let's talk a little bit about lavender. Lavender is all things calming. You already know that, right? You've already heard that. Lavender is very calming. Now, people are used to the lavender herb. Another thing people are used to is lavender is highly used in shampoos and conditioners and fabric softeners. Like those things that is not real lavender, you guys. Even if you see a shampoo that says eucalyptus oil or melaleuca or tea tree or lavender, some kind of oil in that, it is a synthetic oil. There's no company in the world that can afford to put a real lavender or a real eucalyptus or a real tea tree in all of that synthetic shampoo and have it be effective. It's not possible. It's fake. So you are used to, I've had people say, I don't like the smell of lavender. Well, that's because they've only smelled fake lavender. They love the smell of lavender and it works for them. It helps to relax your mind. It helps to calm down your thoughts. It helps to relax your mood. If you have something itchy on your skin, it helps with that. If you have a skin eruption or a bug bite, a burn, lavender is your friend for your skin. It's your friend for your mind, for your emotions, for your skin. It's also an antihistamine. It is in my granddaughter's 3 oils, lemon, lavender, and peppermint, that she takes in the shot glass to help calm down her seasonal threats. Right. So another thing you might want to know is that you have to read between the lines a lot. There's certain words that I can't use. I'm not allowed to use. So when I say seasonal threats that are triggered by pollen, I can say that. You know what I'm saying, right? I'm not allowed to say that word. So those were the 3, excuse me, the 3 cool things about essential oils. Let's talk about 3 ways to use essential oils. Aromatic, we've talked about that. Breathing it in out of your hands, breathing it in right out of the bottle. I have an oil, there's an oil, Melissa, like it is a very precious oil. I will not have our home go without Melissa. I actually use my free points and save them up to buy my Melissa, or I'll buy my Melissa and use free points on oils that I need for the household, but we will not go without a Melissa in our house. But it's like $100 and some. It is extremely good for mood. It's a very valuable oil. It takes like, I don't even know how many pounds of petals just to get one little drop of one little 5 ml bottle of Melissa. But it's also very well for those kinds of threats that live inside the cell wall. It's, in fact, right now, this time of year, with all the threats that are happening in, March of 2020, March and April, everything that's going on, I will do a drop of Melissa underneath my tongue every day. So I love that oil and I trust that oil. It's pricey though. So right now I'm using a drop every day, but usually if I want a benefit, an aromatic benefit of that oil, I'll just open up the lid and just sniff it. Like, I wonder how many molecules it takes for me to sniff out of that oil before it's gone. But I'll just sniff it. I won't even drip it out of there. It's pricey, right? So I will save it. I won't even drip it in a diffuser. I'll just sniff it right out of the bottle. And aromatic use immediately affects your limbic system, your mood center. So everybody go like this. Just pinch right here, all right? Right here is where your olfactory bulb is. Your olfactory bulb is literally 3 to 6 cells away, thickness away of being, of going into your amygdala. And your amygdala has to do with your hypothalamus. It's all connected to trigger mood and to trigger hormonal benefits. So that is the quickest way to affect mood. orange essential oil or citrus bliss, like you can't think negative thoughts when you smell orange or citrus bliss. Melissa too. But you breathe it in and it immediately goes into your amygdala, affects your hypothalamus, which in turn starts to affect your adrenals and your pituitary. Like it's this cascading line of events that helps to balance your hormones and your mood. All right. So aromatic use is amazing. Another thing you could do, let's say you have somebody in your family that they're just grouchy pants today, and or they're low energy or they're hyper, whatever. You can use oils to bring moods down or to lift moods up. But if you use it in a family diffuser in a room where everybody's kind of sitting, it affects everybody. You didn't even have to put it on them. So you can breathe it in, you can use it in the diffuser. It also is a great way to cleanse the air. So like I said, I put On Guard or an oil called Purify in my diffuser to help to keep our air clean and pathogen free. It's also like the oil Breathe with the peppermint in it to open up your airways. It's another great way to improve, to support your respiratory system and open up your airways. Talk a little bit about topical. So I told you that those molecules for essential oils are volatile. They're very, very tiny. And one second. Excuse me, so sorry. Okay. Whew. I thought I didn't see my recording button, and I thought I got this whole way and I didn't record. We're good to go though. I'm recording. Okay. I wish there was like a little button on here somewhere that just showed me all the time that, yep, I hear you're recording. You're good. Anyway, so topical. So tiny, tiny little molecules with the essential oils. But so those tiny molecules absorb really fast in our skin. Another thing that they do is a percentage of them, because the molecules are so volatile, high energy, they flash off of our skin. So one way to give it some sticking power is to use a carrier oil. A carrier oil is a heavier, greasy vegetable oil, all right, like coconut oil or jojoba oil, olive oil, sweet almond oil, avocado oil, grapeseed oil. There's a ton of different carrier oils. So they're going to give, they're a heavier molecule. So they're going to give that some sticking power. They're going to make it heavier. So as much of it doesn't flash off your skin, evaporate. And it also is fatty. So it helps to carry it through your skin to the cells. And it also helps to slow the absorption. So one reason we use the soles of our feet to apply essential oils, especially essential oils that might be more, have a sensitivity issue. Like if you put an oil here on the sensitive skin, you would have to use the carrier oil. But if you put it on the soles of your feet, you have a thick pad of fat. Not only does it slow the absorption, but it actually makes it very absorbable. It makes it very absorbable because of all the fat, but it slows it at the same time, so there's not as much likelihood of skin sensitivity issues. Like localized benefits right here, localized benefits. So if I have a sore shoulder, I'm going to put marjoram or lemongrass or DDR prime or deep blue rub or something. I'm going to put it localized where the pain is at. If it hurts, that's where you can put an oil. All right. You might want to use a carrier oil to help to reduce skin sensitivities and to slow the absorption and just to make it more effective, and you get more of that oil into your skin rather than it flashing off into the air. So we use coconut oil a lot. We use fractionated coconut oil. So let's say I made a blend. I can't, for this roller ball, for a roller ball that you roll onto your skin, you can't use a solid coconut oil. So fractionated coconut oil has some of the fatty chains taken out of it, so it stays a liquid. It stays a liquid at almost any degree. If you melted a coconut oil, poured it in a roller ball, it's just going to solidify again as soon as it gets, well, it doesn't even have to be cool at all. It's just going to solidify. You need to use a liquid carrier oil. So we use coconut oil in doTERRA. That's the only carrier oil that they really sell. And that's because It stays a liquid at cooler temperatures. It doesn't have an odor, and it doesn't stain clothes. And it just is a really good oil to blend with essential oils for effectiveness. So internal, like I said at the beginning, the disclaimer, please don't take what I'm about to tell you and go out and buy another brand of essential oil and take it internally. All right. So one ways that we use it. So when I'm not feeling good and I want to use a blend of oils, we actually call it Flume. It stands for frankincense, lemon, on guard, oregano, and melaleuca, also known as tea tree. But we make up those. In fact, this is not my Flume bottle, but we make it, I will put like 20 drops of each of those 5 oils in a dripper bottle like this. And then just kind of tip it and shake it up a little bit. And then when I'm not feeling good, I will take it and I'll just open up my empty veggie caps, which is pictured right here. I'll open up my empty veggie cap and I'll put about 6 to 8 drops of my mixture in there, and I'll just take it. And even though it's got oregano in it, which is a hot oil, if I would take that into my mouth, it would burn. But this mucosa is different than this mucosa is different than the mucosa down in my stomach. So the capsule gets it down there, and then it can open up and it can do its job and help to boost my immune system, and it doesn't burn. All right. Sometimes if I've taken that on an empty stomach, I might burp that up a little bit. So just maybe take it with a bite of food, and that helps to reduce that. So really quick, we're going to talk about some of the oils. Lemon, oh my goodness, it's so good in water. It's a gentle, constant detox. You just take, by the way, anytime you use a citrus oil, make sure that you use glass or stainless steel or ceramic, like a coffee cup, because you don't want to use plastic with citrus oils. Citrus oils are it's a chelation. So what that means is it's a chemical that's going to attach to toxic chemicals and almost act like an antioxidant, and it's going to help to flush it. You kind of already know that. You've heard that with lemon juice, right? Well, lemon juice is acidic, and you have to use a lot of lemon juice, but lemon oil is already a base, so it's already making your system basic, and it only takes a couple drops. Maybe do it twice a day, and it just helps to give yourself a gentle flush. It's a cleanser for the body, and it's a cleanser for the home. We use it in a lot of our homemade we make our own glass cleaner, and we'll use lemon or orange in that. We make our own furniture polish, and we use orange or lemon in that, right? So kind of popular. Remember Pledge that used to have lemon or orange in it. So it's for a reason. Lemon is a really great cleanser for the body and for the home. You can use it aromatically. It brightens your mood immediately. When you drink it in the water and use it internally, it it doesn't just cleanse your body, it lifts your mood. Okay, and you can use it topically. Any citrus oils you should not use topically if you're going tanning or if you're going out in the sunshine. They have some photo sensitivities to it, so it could cause some a skin burn or sunburn, depending on which citrus oil it is. But if you're going to put citrus oils, so I'm talking about citrus oils, if you're going to put it on your skin and it's summer out, put it somewhere where the sun's not going to shine, right? Frankincense. Oh, this is the oil that got me telling people about oils. So since my 20s, I had my first back surgery when I was 28, 27, 28. Anyways, I can't tell you what, because this class could be seen by almost anybody. If I was private talking to you, I could tell you what's wrong with my back, but I can't tell you. So, but I have a spinal issue, and it's caused a lot of back surgery, or a couple back surgeries, and a lot of back problems and a lot of back pain. Like I said, I'm almost 58. So I can tell you that because of frankincense and because of our supplements, which have frankincense in it, my back feels better than when I was in my late 20s. All right. So frankincense promotes calm feelings. It promotes anti-aging. I use it on my face every day in the shower. It's in a lot of my facial products, and it also helps cells perform optimally. But one thing it doesn't say here is frankincense is very anti-inflammatory. It helps to regulate your inflammatory response. So that's why my spine issues are so much better. If you can get your body out of an environment of angry, constant, chronic inflammation, if you can get your body out of that environment, your body wants to heal itself. Frankincense isn't healing me. It did not heal my spine, but what it did do was to help to support a healthy immune system. A healthy inflammatory response, so that once that calmed down, my body now is able to heal itself, and my spine is healthier than it was when I was in my 20s. So just a second here. Okay. So digestion. My husband has digestive disorder, which again, I would tell you what it is if we were private, but I can't. So, but his digestive tract moves too quickly, too often. And this is his first biggest win with oils when I got them. He was a huge skeptic. Marjoram was actually his aha oil when it stopped a muscle cramp in the middle of the night up high in his groin and he couldn't stretch it out. That's a funny story, but right now we're talking about digestin. And digestin is a huge win for him. He will take a drop of digestin and a drop of peppermint, and again, in a shot glass of water. And he started to do this in the first couple months, and it just helps to slow down his digestive tract so he doesn't have so many issues with diarrhea and things like that. It's also really good for gassiness after you eat something maybe you shouldn't have, and you're feeling burpy or gassy. You put that right on your tummy, and it helps very, very quickly. It's one of the most instant oils for me topically. You can use it at meal times for improved digestion, and it's also really good for motion sickness. For motion sickness, I actually will just put a little bit of a drop here with a little carrot oil, and I'll put it here, or I'll put a drop underneath my tongue, and it really helps with motion sickness or nausea. Deep Blue is an all-natural icy hot, or an all-natural biofreeze. So those other products they have a lot of toxins in them. They might say they're natural, but they're not. They have petrochemicals in it. So those are gasoline products. Deep Blue comes in the oil, or it also comes in Deep Blue Rub. And a Deep Blue Rub is actually one of my customers' biggest repurchases. So it's really great topically, the oil or the Deep Blue Rub, and it just takes a little tiny pea size, and you can use it on your whole spine or on a joint, on a knee, on legs. Like for runners, they will use it before and after their workouts, and it helps to really give them a lot of energy, and it helps to soothe achy muscles and joints. It's also used by a lot of people, again, like peppermint, here or here or here, only they'll use the Deep Blue Rub. So if you think about it, that makes sense, right? If this is a muscular tension headache, then a musculoskeletal beneficial oil like Deep Blue is very effective for headaches. If you have occasional headaches and you don't know what your triggers are, or maybe you know what your triggers are, I can help you to know which oils to use for your particular triggers. If you don't know what your triggers are for your occasional headaches, we can help to figure that out together and try some different oils and to see which ones are the magic wins for you. Breathe has peppermint in it. It's a blend with about 5 or 6 different oils, and it really helps to open up your airways. In the winter time, it's so good for when you're starting to get just the first signs of sinus issues or coughs and colds, and it helps to open that up. If you want to think of Breathe like Vicks, you could just put a little bit of coconut oil on it and a drop of Breathe onto your chest before you go to bed. It helps to open up your airways. You can also use Breathe in your diffuser. Did your mom ever put Vicks on the soles of your feet before bedtime? My mom did. My grandma did. And so again, you can do that with the essential oils. Now Vicks, that greasiness, that's the petrochemical. So if you can exchange that for Breathe, that's a win for you. You just got rid of a synthetic, and now you're using an all-natural product, all right? And it's pennies per drop. Wild orange is what I was telling you, like Citrus Bliss, wild orange, anything with orange in it. Like you can't breathe that in and have a negative thought. It's one of the oils. There's some oils so some oils will lift your mood, and some oils will modulate you and lower your mood. Like if you're hyper or too energetic, you want to calm down, you're anxious, feelings of anxiousness, and you want to calm down. Some oils will do that. There are some oils that will do both. Wild orange is one of them. It's invigorating, it's awakening, it's energizing, but it's also somehow calming at the same time. And it's hard to feel anxious or have any negative feelings when you use any orange or citrus bliss with orange in it. So I like for people to tell me, some people have 10 health concerns, right? But let's start with the top 3. What are your top 3 health concerns? Like, it's a journey that you're going to be on. Well, let's take the things that we can win with right away, your top 3 health concerns, and we can help you solve those problems fast. All right. And then you go on and you work the next 3. That's another way how you learn oils. Like, you're learning your health all over again. You're learning instead of running down to Dollar General store and getting a over-the-counter drug, you're learning what oils to use for you. It does become very intuitive, but you start small. Please don't tell me that you want to fix a huge problem that you have right now. Let's start small. Let's have wins, and then you work up to those other problems. You know what else? Sometimes those big problems that you have a lot of symptoms that are small that we can win with. All right. So you tell me what your top 3 health concerns, and I will guide you into which kit to start with. You tell me like, we mix that up with like your budget, what oils you want to start with, and how you proceed from there. There's oil kits for every budget, and there are oils for every health concern. So I can help you. I tell people, if you don't feel good, like, give me 1 month, 2 months tops to make you feel better. That's huge for me. And I've been doing this for almost 7 years, and I can tell you that oils are a blessing for my family, and they will be a blessing for you and for your family. This right here. We are an essential oil company. doTERRA is an essential oil company, but this is their #1 product. I can't even tell you how many testimonials I've heard about this. Excuse me. But this is so frankincense, if frankincense was the first oil that I started to be amazed by and tell people about, once I got on this product, that's when my spinal health changed. I could teach a whole class about this product, but what I want you to know about the lifelong vitality, which you'll hear it called LLV, lifelong vitality, is that it is whole food based supplements. 95% of the supplements on the market, whether it's another MLM or direct sales company or just something down in Walgreens, like, they're synthetic, they're crap. If you take them and you don't feel better, why are you taking them? So it's just like some critical thinking here. Like, I'm supposed to take supplements, so I do, but you're not absorbing them. You're just not. They're not whole food based. They're synthetic. So our supplements are not only whole food based, but there's nothing like them, because there's 8 essential oils in them. So there's frankincense in this. So besides me getting a ton of really good whole based nutrition, which is making my cells ping, it's very foundational, my body is humming along better. Now there's also frankincense in these, which helps to control my inflammatory response. And so now my spine started to heal itself because the inflammation was being relieved, right? So it is whole food multivitamin. And the other bottle is antioxidants, cellular energy, and longevity, ton of energy that it gives you. It's full of what you call polyphenols. That's not a doTERRA term. Polyphenols are herbs and plant chemistry that help to are huge in antioxidant levels and give you a lot of cellular energy. So, and also the omega-3s, this one here is all your omega-3, 6, 9 fatty acids. Fatty acids are amazing for joints, for brain health, for every organ system, for your skin. Like, you need these fatty acids. And for your liver health. All right, think about cholesterol problems, high blood pressure. So these essential oil, this product with the essential oils in it is amazing for every organ of your body. There are 3 ways to purchase. One way is retail, and I don't sell retail. Retail is like for specialty stores, or like a chiropractor's office, or a spa, or a yoga place, a massage therapist. Those people sell retail off their shelves, And actually the goal is to sell them retail so that they can try it, but they usually end up getting wholesale memberships through those people. So I don't sell retail. I don't have a shop to sell retail in. So all I do is I just teach people how to pay the same prices for your oils as I do. You do not have to sell essential oils or host classes. You don't have to do anything to get the wholesale prices. Now there's perks to those things. There are big perks to those things, but you don't have to sell to get wholesale prices. Anybody can get wholesale prices. That's what I teach you how to do. It's just a membership, similar to Costco, only not as expensive. Another way to get them below wholesale price, which is what I did, I signed up with a kit that saved me off the bat $35 of the yearly fee. And I order every month because I'm on the supplements. So I'm up to 30% back in free points. So I'm literally getting $800 back in free oils a year, probably more than that. But it just is based on how much that you spend every month. And I can teach you that if you're interested in starting with a kit, and then I guide you through all of that. If you want to do it, it's just extra things that you can opt into, but you certainly don't need to. So really quick, we're just going to talk about immune system, immune support. So I've already told you about On Guard. So we're not going to go there again. I've already told you about oregano and how amazing oregano is. And I use oregano to boost my immunity when I'm not feeling well. Now let's talk a little bit about our gut health. So our gut is extremely important. Gut health is extremely important in boosting your immune system. You need a really healthy microbiome in your gut. And that's what probiotics do. This is PB Assist, and it is engineered amazing. I'd show you a capsule of it if you're interested in this, but it gets down to the right part of your gut before it opens up, releases a prebiotic so that those probiotics can open up and thrive on that. Copaiba is a CBD, I'm so sorry, it's not CBD, it's a cannabinoid. Okay, so it's not CBD, it's not THC, it's called beta-caryophyllene, and it's BCP, and it is also amazing for any kind of pain, for immune support, for skin issues, for brain health, for cardiac support. This oil right here has a ton of benefits, all right? The very complex chemistry. All of these are very complex chemistry. So this is an immune support kit, and that's how much it costs, $150. Plus the $35 membership fee. This is a special kit that we've created because of the times that are going through right now. We all need a healthy immune system. This is not one of our regular enrollment kits. So you add on all of this, and then you would add on the membership fee to that. So the rest of the kits following include the membership fee. So this one, so I pointed out to you the bottle sizes. I just want to point that out in these kits, just so you're not shocked when you get them in. This particular kit has these oils in it, and they're all, except for Deep Blue. Deep Blue never comes bigger than a 5 ml bottle, okay? So these oils are all the 15 ml size, all right? So $250 is the price for that. That includes the $35 fee, and this bundle here is priced so that you're getting almost 5 of these oils free based on this price. If you bought this all separately, you would pay at least $80 more. And they are the bigger bottles except for this. So there's 250 drops in each one of these, and there's 80 drops in the Deep Blue. And plus you're getting this really beautiful petal diffuser. So this one is, if you wanted to start out trying the supplements, this is a really great kit for this. It's a really great price point, and you're going to get the digestive enzymes and the probiotics. This is also this is an immune boosting kit right here too. So you do have frankincense, and you have On Guard and lemon. You've got the supplements, and you've got these 2 products right here that will really boost your immune system. This is also a great way to start. There are kits for every budget. This is the Healthy Start Kit, and this is less, but I just want you to know that the bottle size are the smaller ones. I don't want you to think you're getting this and I'm getting the big bottle. So this is the 5 ml bottles. So this is the small bottle kit. The other one was the big bottle kit, all right? Similar oils, not exactly the same. I do want to point out to you that this is $160. The other one was $250, and it's 3 times the oil, and it's not even double the price. So the other one is a really good value too. But whatever fits your budget, just get started, get something, and start learning how to replace synthetics in your life. This is a really amazing little mini kit. So it is called Simple Solutions, and they just came out with this recently. So it used to be like, well, maybe they didn't want one of the other kits because they wanted this oil or that oil, and they wanted to add on. But they didn't like the fact that to make a la carte kit, that they had to pay the $35 fee. So doTERRA fixed the problem. Simple solution. So you get these 4 products, and then you can add on to it what you like, and it includes the $35 fee. You can get it just like it is. It doesn't usually qualify for incentives, but you can add on just 1 or 2 oils to get that. But then you can kind of like make this your a la carte kit, and it already includes, see, includes wholesale membership. It's a really great value that you can add into. So some of the add-ons you might think about is Stronger. That's like unguard for kids. It's pre-diluted, and it's got oils that are a little bit more gentle. Instead of clove, it might have something else in it. Or Oregano Touch. So that's a pre-diluted oregano. Maybe in the kit that you picked, it didn't have oregano oil in it. So that's a really amazing immunity oil add-on. DDR Prime, Eucalyptus, Adaptive. I talk about Adaptive in almost every Facebook class I have. So that is our new stress and emotional oil. And Arbor Vitae is my favorite oil for when I'm coming down with something that's viral. I will put Arbor Vitae, just touch it on my neck. But usually what I do is I will mix it with Epsom salts, put about 10 drops of that and some Epsom salts, a cup of Epsom salts, and I will soak in that. And it helps so much, and it just smells like cedar wood. It's a beautiful oil. So go ahead and text me. You know, if you're watching this, you've either been given it to you by a hostess. Contact them or text me. I'm 616-821-7491, and I can help you get started. You can text me anytime. I work part-time, but I will get back to you ASAP, and I can help you get started. You let me know what your health concerns are, and I will help you figure out which kit is best for you, and we'll work together to get you what you need. I listen. I don't just assume and get you what I want you to have. I listen to you, and I help you to get what you want to have, okay? All right. So there are usually 3 types of people who see this class. One who really likes what I'm saying, and they want to live a wellness lifestyle, and they want to learn oils a little bit at a time. I teach you with that. I help you with that. There's another kind of person that's usually been sitting here listening to me, and they've already thought of 4 people that they think the oils could help besides themselves. You're the kind of person that should have a class. You need to tell those people about oils, and I can tell them for you. So we just have a class that makes you a hostess. You get freebies for that, and then your people get the same exact class that you're watching right now. It's the same thing I teach. That's what I do. That's part of the business of it. And that's the other 3rd kind of person, is a person who wants to build to earn an income. And you know what you do? You just do what I do. Until I learned this class, this PowerPoint, I used to just do this in living rooms until all this pandemic happened. But is this my class? Yeah, you literally read this. You're in a living room or you're online, and you read this verbatim until you learn it all by yourself. And that's what you do. You give people samples, and then you teach those people in a class, and then they enroll, and then you support them with ongoing education. doTERRA's education is so, so important to them and to me. I want you to learn and know what to do with the oils that you order, so that you have this investment, and it's not just sitting on your bedroom dresser or your kitchen counter and you don't know what to do with it. So anyways, 3 types of people: one who wants to use oils for the family, one who wants to share it with other people, or one who wants to do it for a business. All right. So that is all we're going to talk about for now. Again, text me if you need help. Get back with the hostess who shared this with you. And let me stop share so I can end this. and we can help you get started any way that you want to get started. All right. So have a blessed evening or morning, whatever it is. For me, it's evening. And I hope to hear from you soon. By the way, if you enroll within a certain time frame, so this video is being made in mid-April of 2020, and I'm actually replacing a video that's outdated now that had different kids. So I'm going to delete that on my YouTube channel, and I'm going to replace it with this one. But I'm in Diamond Club right now. So if you do order within a certain time frame, you're going to also be getting free oils. There's Citrus Bliss available to you. There's Adaptive that's free available to you. And there's a welcome kit that even if you're belonging to another hostess, that you are likely qualified to get a welcome kit from me also. So, okay, anyways, have a good rest of the day.